They're building a raid tower inside the compound. They'd love to see him. No! Oh no! Welcome, one and all, to another Base Invaders. It's EU, it's 6v6, and I am your host, Kaz. Joining me today, not Griffin. We've lost Griffin at sea, so instead we've brought in the delightful Kailey to be my co-host today. Kailey, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Kaz. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, it's been a little while since the Terrible Twos have been together. So as I say, 6 months today. We are in the attack phase. We are a little bit late, so sorry for that. We had a 10-minute delay getting the servers live. Server is running perfectly smooth now. All the players have got in. Teams you can see popping up on the scoreboard on the right-hand side there. So for the next 29 minutes, our observer and producer, Mr. Ian, is going to fly us around the map. We're going to look for PvP. We're going to look around the hard points. We're going to have a look at all the different bases. Probably call some people shit for just building, at twig and stone. And yeah, by the time we've done that, we should be nicely coming into the raid phase. So, let's pick a victim first as we crash into the hard phase. Lots of gunfire already, hopefully not at Ian. Let's go see who we've got lurking around. Chorizo have built nearby, by the looks of it, given how many of them are over here. Cheeky little sight of our admin Mighty Mike in the sky as well. Hi, Mike. Yes, looking a little bit empty in this at the moment. We've had a few people discussing the merits in the Base Invaders Discord chat about the hard points, and some people saying it's too powerful, some people saying it's not powerful enough. And when it first came in after Trust and Rust in January, we saw a lot of people were playing to it and getting the points, and then really we've only seen one, maybe two people build bases next to it. However, already, Timo, can't even see what that team is, Timo Zabit against Sololol out here, Cheddar hiding between the walls. Already a lot of these walls have been thrown down. I do question why go so hard on someone's base so early. Maybe proximity. As we see Attack Ellie getting picked up as well, so that's good for all the people around here, though just the wrong side of the hill, so I think give it a second, see if it comes back this way. But if it does tail off again, then we might send Ian flying after it. Hunt it down. Because it looks like it's going down slightly over to our left side. There we go. Beautiful timing as it rips into the FL base. But at least they've built it, Kailey. At least they've got some stuff on it.
It does. It does look like a solid base. They put a lot of effort into it very quickly, and there goes the heli where it's right. Which side is it? It's hard to tell.
It's in
their compound.
Which is very impressive given that it wasn't them who took it. It was Nurik back. Which I'm presuming is Nurik are back in the game. But yeah, Nurik back got the down, but it lands perfectly in the FL compound. They've got a good, tall sheep base up. I feel like they're lacking a bit of like a lower shooting peak, but otherwise high shooting floor was part of the roof and stuff. It's a very solid approach. They've got plenty of, let's say, wall frames up top as well to be a deterrent to anyone trying to land a scrappy on the roof. I'm hoping they've got some turrets in the mix as well. But they should be in a really good position to just, yeah, block this out now. I can hear a helicopter. Is that someone trying their luck for the helicopter, the scrappy? Or is it one of their own players? Who knows? Well, yeah, 5 crates will be down there. Let's just have a look just on the edge of the compound if we can, just to see if any crates have rolled out. Because I can see a couple of bits of smoke outside. We're looking for 5 crates. There will be 3 points per crate in there. I think it might just be residual fire outside, though. We might have all 5 in the compound. So we can see 4 straight in front of us. There might be the 5th one underneath the helicopter chassis, perhaps. We'll have a quick check. Focus Russ in chat says, where can I see all participants? All participants are visible in the Discord, the Base Invaders Discord, which you can get through the commands in the chat. All teams do have to have players showing in the channels for the purpose of staff being able to contact them, and also, being able to keep them away from any shenanigans behind the scenes. We want to make sure everyone's playing to their own team only. No sneaky teaming up behind the scenes. Now we can see Team Nurikback's base, nice and colourful roof there, using some of the new shipping container skins and paintwork. And that's more of a Base Invaders base, isn't it, Kailey? Solid, fat, chunky base, shooting floor, and then the fan roof.
Very much so. Now, I don't think they like FL at the top of the hill being able to look directly down on them. I'm sure that has to be a concern. And if I was a betting person, I would say we're going to see some rockets fly from LF base down on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be close in terms of getting the arches right to hit this rooftop. I don't mind the Nurikback base, like I say, other than having FL up the hill. If I'm Nurikback, I want to go for an early raid. I want to get as much boom as possible and just siege the compound walls, get nice and tight to the bottom of the base, and try and like blow a few foundries out and climb in that way. I think the base is really strong for FL from the top down, so I'd want to be hiding almost like in the shadow of the tower, basically, and just saying, you know what, you can't get us. I do like, though, is the fact I said there wasn't really a lower shooting floor. There are some shooting peaks there you can see just underneath the triangles. So they've got two layers, almost. You've got a top layer of shooting windows on the roof. You've got a peak gap then below, and then you've got another shooting floor partially. So that's quite a nice adaptation. Gives them a bit of that coverage for the compound. So you've got to be careful. Like, it looks like Nurik might have to attack a corner to try and avoid those. So could be a good fun in the attack phase ends.
I'm a big fan of this FL base. I won't lie to you. I look at it and I go, it's got all the aspects I would want in trying to defend. To me, it's an astounding base. Just looking.
Yeah, I think the only worry is obviously, and we're going to go and have a look around in a second, just watching Katimatkainen. It's a hard name to say. Katimatkainen. There we go. Out here fighting with Minka from FL. And Lovers coming up there in the background as well. So might get caught out in a second. Gets the one drop, but has got noise behind him. Got to move down the hill quickly. What I was going to say was, though, there are a few bases around here. And opportunity being what it is, people love to counter raid. If somebody does make a push onto this FL base, and hopefully they can defend themselves, but if somebody does, there's a good chance of somebody else trying to swing around. Now here's Minka playing cat and mouse. Can he dodge it? Weirdly, Catty put the wall down, and Minka's the one allowed to run away, even though he was the one shooting. So I'm not sure why he panicked to put a wall down. Probably blocked his own shot there. And yeah, Minka gets to live and run home. You got Bolly on the other side as well from them, but otherwise FL are doing okay. Meanwhile, Chorizo currently top of the leaderboard with 40 points, and Omsk in second place. Then there's a big gap down to FL in third, and I believe a lot of their points, you can see there, 18, 19 coming through. Bit of PvP, but mostly the helicopter, so it'll be interesting to see if FL stay in third. And this is smart from Observer Ian to bring us back to the hard point, because Chorizo occupying the hard point, claiming all these points, whilst also fighting a big PvP battle. And as the helicopter camera shows us here, we've got a good bunch of them spread out. Is it all 6 of them here? You can see, yes it is. That's impressive. All 6 people, obviously it's early attack phase, we are still inside the first 10 minutes, but all 6 people are occupying this hard zone and just making sure they get all the points. In terms of how it operates, it is, I believe it's 1 or 2 points every 30 seconds. We have been tinkering with the points, which is why I'm not entirely sure. But also it's about being contested. So the fact they've got 6 people here, they're trying to make sure they get as many points early as possible before then starting to move people back home, making sure they've got people getting the boom and stuff ready for the raid phase. But I want to say Omsk, Kailey. Omsk in second place are not at the hard point, and yet they're only 5 points behind Chorizo, who are getting the hard points. So I think they might be the ones to watch out for, that as soon as Chorizo start to give up on the hard point, Omsk might just take over. And you can see as we fly past there, too good. We've got Team FT around here as well. It'll be interesting to see where Omsk are, and if maybe they're just in a PvP heavy zone.
You're definitely getting points from something, right, guys? It has to be. Now, the hard zone, the only thing I want to say, now personally, I think they could make this better. I wanna see, like, the thickest forest surrounding that possible. It's too open to kind of come in and challenge. There needs to be a way for people to get in there and actually have a fighting chance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think something like that could be interesting. As we're just following a little scrappy pilot there from Kittens. Just having a look around. Something we don't see enough of in Base Invaders. People are starting to get to grips with it again, but just not enough scouting done. And, you know, some of our favourite nuisances, we'll call them, like Lil Pick, like Moors, Yogi when he plays well. You know, they love to go around, have a solo wander, get a helicopter, and just scout. And it makes a big difference. And now we have found Team Omski's base. That's Bugor's team, so there you go, a veteran player in the mix. Looking at who else they've got in there. We'll have a check on the team list too, see who else Bugor and Co are playing with, because they are our team one. Bugor, Fax, Jelin, Lil Pick, Mongol, and Pops. So that's a strong team. And yeah, they're gonna cause some trouble. And yeah, 3 points now, the gap between them and Chorizo, all from what looks like just PvP, just straight fighting.
And coming to them too. Like, they're not going to find it. It's coming right to
Yeah.
their base, apparently. The PvP walls out here are insane.
Yeah, it looks like the fighting's out here in the woodlands. Let's just have a quick look to see who they're fighting. It looks like maybe it's Team Pels. I'm not seeing Pels on the leaderboard, so we'll give it a second for Ian to see in the background. There you go, Pels, perfect, thank you. 14th place, 6 points. So it looks like Pels are just getting ran down.
So are
Which is-
Pels setting themselves up to raid as soon as possible? Like, what is this behind here?
I mean, you'd have to assume so. Obviously, Bugor and Co. Oms cannot damage this if it is not there. You know, if it's not theirs, it's going to be someone else's raid base. But imagine putting a raid base like a platform out with beds and boxes. We've got 18 minutes to go. Like, clearly it's been built more than a minute ago as well, so 20 minutes in advance. Bugor does go down, actually, to be fair. WTRH does get a clean head and chest shot. And it is... Oh, okay. No, it's Omsk's
It's
beds.
Omski. I would have thought they would have walled it. That's why I'm like, I thought it was Pels more so. So, okay.
I wonder... yeah, so it's currently indestructible. So they're probably safe on that front. Obviously, walling makes sense, but I wonder if it's also a bait of get them out of the base early. I mean, again, we don't know how much Pels knows about the event. I don't recognise player names, so they could be a new team. There's a great flank there from Pops and Bullet, as Bugor's footsteps were just tricking them to come the other way. And now Arms can make a push-up again. And if we have a quick look around the Pels base from a bit of a top-down in a second, there's no compound on this side. I believe they only got a few walls around that left edge. And we just look, yeah, just on the left edge. And again, it's a nice enough base. I quite like the base style. A little bit of an empty rooftop, which is a bit inviting for my liking. A scrappy on there and C4 down the middle to the core. Your base is ripped open. And yeah, in the background you can see their launch site. I think they built a bit too close, Kaylee.
Possibly, very possibly. Now, I'm not a fan of the top of this base. I won't lie to you.
No.
Ladders are going to be their worst enemy. They're quickly going to take control of that top floor with just a few ladders. So, again,
I think even if they get attacked from down low, the roof isn't really offering them enough coverage to shoot back down. Like, for distance fighting and stopping someone on the approach, that's fine. But for someone getting up in their face, especially when you've got like such a narrow compound on the other side, like someone could just get in that gap and just they're out of your line of sight forever. So,
yes, no, 100%. And Omski, I mean, if you're going to be against somebody, you know, you got them built beside, they're going to see this weakness faster than we are. They are in for a rough first few minutes of the raid.
yeah, for sure. We see them just bouncing off the roof here. They don't really care, jumping down into the part of their core. What we did see as well, while we were just having a look here, is Chorizo did get the down on the next helicopter. So we will see that on the map in a second, which I can see also Bradley's been attacked at F7 and launch site 2, so we'll check that in a bit. But yeah, Chorizo out here fighting Timo Zabit in the open, and the helicopter has gone down. So Chorizo's lead back to 10 points now over Omsk. As say, Omsk are just trying to lay siege to Pel's base, but there's like so many people you can kill from Pels, you know, if they're on timer. That's it. There's no one else really around them. So yeah, but at the moment, very close to road. It's going to make it very difficult to get any walls down at all. Might just be the one side, and I think That works perfectly for Chorizo because you can see their base lines up nicely with the angle that would want to be blocked. Even Timo's Abbott side, really, you can't really put much down. It would have to be the very right edge of our screen to put a wall down, and it's not really blocking anything. So we see Toxical making a push now, getting in behind the smoke. There is fire coming over as well. Just trying to keep Chorizo down. And, ooh. That's on the road now. Maybe we've had some changes then. I'm going to check this because we do obviously, again, we are a monthly. There have been some changes. We are going to double check about changing the walls near roads because that was always an issue that said otherwise. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything on our changelog saying about walls on the roads. Strange.
It is a custom map, and with a custom map, you get it's not the same as your vanilla map, so it doesn't offer the same physics. So it could be just an oversight. It could be the way the terrain is on this one, but yeah, custom map.
Well, it definitely works in Team Azobit's favour. Toxical will be very happy knowing he's got the car wreckages and a couple of walls to poke back with. And yeah, Chorizo sitting pretty in the lead, but it's not gonna help them at the moment. They might have to commit to this. At the moment, though, Team Azobit on 25 points in 6th place, tied with Bratva, who are technically in 5th just by pure alphabetical. Points there would only get them to 40 if I've only jumped them over Solololol into 3rd. And yeah, you can see there's 4 people still. Is it 3, 4 in the launch site, hard point. Got launch site on the brain. And we do see them battling with Topping on the sidelines. Wall go up there from China. Good timing. China number 1, rather. Let's see, they've got Flo2K, Mortadello, and Jaco. Just keeping the distance. And yeah, you can see it is a 3v4 in Topping's favour, which makes me think Chorizo are either at home or looking to push out onto the helicopter, which is the right approach. I think any less, though. If they drop one more number... Although, actually, yeah, we see OMW and the ones at home starting to fire across here, too. OMW goes down to crossfire. Nice bit of countryside shooting. Feels like Chorizo really don't care about the helicopter and might be just letting Team Azami have it.
I watch this and I'm like, oh, it's so hard. You know, anybody trying to get into this, you know, you have to wall up, you have to try to push in, but it's so limited. Once you place that wall, they know where you're coming from. So this kind of King of the Hill kind of style, I wish there was more cover for them trying to get in and more angles in which they could actually have a fighting chance.
Yeah, definitely. And it feels like, again, like you say, you know, putting a forest around it, having it as like a hidden camp, or even making it more of like, you know, a fortified base sort of thing, so that, you know, similar to the military base or the scientific research lab, the Arctic lab, you know, just a bit of a fortification to it, just to make it a natural, you know, shielded point. I mean, Trust and Rust had that. Yeah, there were walls around the hard points there, the different size ones, you know. So it wasn't just open approach. So it's something I'm sure we'll see ourselves and the players raise to the designers. Maybe get that fixed for the next showing. Now, just having a quick look at the helicopter before we move elsewhere. It looks like crates might have been done with. Timo Zabi are on to 42 points. They are in 3rd place, ahead of both Kittens and Sololalol, with FL in 6th place in 31 points. I might start calling him Solo from now on because it's a lot of work saying the full name.
I'm just sitting here and like so amazed by you and how quickly all these things roll off your tongue. So not only do you nail the actual name, but the fact that you can actually like literally roll that out, like it's I'm just in awe.
Good practice. Now, we fly through our own arsehole. The VG are also flying through the tree line, looking to sneak up on the back, and they have snuck. Words. They have successfully approached from behind and defeated Omsk, and are now sat perfectly outside of Pel's base with 11.5 minutes to go. Might be a little bit early. Omsk are respawning from their own base behind and will do the same trick to VG. It's on VG now to not get trapped between a rock and a hard place. Not that I think Pels are good enough to be called a rock or a hard place, but defending from your own base does make life difficult. As we see here, some of the trees have been taken down as well as some of the walls. Pop's just having a little bit of a look around. We can see who's that. Is that Kamzat Shimei? I'll say Kamzat. Can't read the rest of it just with our screen. But Not Concerned as well and Cheat are all just lurking. Making sure, and Sousa's played quite a bit as well. They're about to clash with Faxi in that tree line, and Pops. The walls are timing out from their 8-minute lifespan, which helps keep servers stable as they put up a new wall. But they're properly boxed themselves in there. Pops lurking from behind, though. You just see Equinox, Sousa, and Cheat have just held a nice little corner over here. They've sent Kamzat further forward. And now Wawa getting cleaned up on the bed by Not Concerned. And VG just looking to just to sit steady, just sit and hold this point. But then, yeah, I just wonder what the end goal is for VG here. They've got so much time before the raid phase begins to defend against the people who wanted to raid and to attack the people they want to raid. Or do they go and raid Omsk and leave Pels alone?
Oh, and they found they are destroying the boxes. Good on them. This definitely, this platform here has been like...
just jacking him to death as he spawned. The disrespect, the disrespect. So we'll be keeping some timestamps for some of the fun stuff like this, just to make sure. But yeah, VG just causing Omsk some trouble here. They're getting PvP points back and forth, which will be nice for them, but this is a big problem for them in terms of a raid attack. As we see K for Kittens on a 10-kill streak. Kittens, best of the rest, really, in third place on 58 points, staying ahead of Team Zabit and Solo. And then a little bit of gulf between FL, FT, Nurikback, VG, NeoK. So, got some good ones. I'm sure some of those teams, as we see every time we do Base Invaders, some teams are not PvP phase friendly. They are just out there to get the loot, get themselves ready to fight, ready to defend, and it's the raid phase that they live for. So don't take everything too important, too seriously out of this top 10 leaderboard at the moment.
That is a lot of points, though, Kaz. Like 91 and 96, that is a good amount of points going into attack phase. That is 2 TC.
Yep, these are two teams that definitely are worth respecting and paying attention to. And I love the fact that Chorizo had the hard point so on, and Omsk is still right on their tails. And Omsk is saying they've got the PvP action here. I'm sure when we come to the end of the broadcast and we do our team reviews, wherever these guys finish, even if they get knocked out, we'll have a look. I'm sure they will have very high PvP kills, which, we know these guys can shoot. They are regulars in the event. I know we're down to monthly now, but when it was weekly, and even since it's been monthly, they always show up. They always put in a big shift. And yeah, speaking of big shift, Chorizo's still putting in the work and holding this I keep wanting to say launch site. Hardpoint. It's a different word. Hardpoint. Yeah, I can say the hard names. I can't say the names of these like a hardpoint. So Chorizo's still occupying it, but again, 7.5 minutes to go. Soon they will have to leave it. Soon they will have to go and get something else done. So just having a quick look around the map while we've got the time. Someone's got a helicopter. Oh, is that attack helicopter on our left shoulder? There it is. Ooh, there's a base out there on its own, so it's found the one solo base. It's coming from the west coast. We might need to bring the camera body with us rather than just the debug cam. We'll give it a sec. The rockets come in. Now Bratva. Is their base? No, it's not even out of the base. Yeah, it's the base I was looking at was further north.
Field heli.
Yeah. So it's Manastor. I think that's meant to be Doubtless, or is it Doubles? Who knows? Has the heli just been stolen? It's been tagged perfectly. Is that going down? It's going down. And there you go. Bratva. To be fair, Bratva, I've got the down on it, but was it the rest of Bratva who were there? Yes, it was. Thank for that. Bratva's base. I was actually really close to Bratva's base too. Why were they fighting in the fields then? Why not just bait it back home? Very strange.
Take it farther away from home and less people will definitely counter. I mean, easy points that way.
True, but if you get killed, you've got the quick spawns of base. There's benefits either way. Skypad here for Kittens. Takes down enemy. But we've got Finzor, we've got Tyrin, and Tiki all on their standby. And plus 2 more to come over. Skypad's got to be very careful here because Tyrin can flank in a second using the dips. Gets another wall up. Sky's seeing that and has to be careful now. And I think if we can take just a little bit further pan out, I want to see if anyone's flanking wide on Kittens from the other side. enemy respawns. Yeah, just because I can see, because I got 3 people there. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, and 2. Oh, moving forwards here. The counter's getting countered. So, doubles. I'm going to call him doubles. He hasn't got a T in it. It's not doubtless. Doubles here. Making the push up, but moving forward is about to flank him too. As Fenzor goes down. Skypad with a great time in there. Has another check on doubles. Good wall. And there's the side swipe on doubles. Goes down. Moving forward. Is in the open though. Wall goes up. Someone else is shooting up the hill too. So I don't know if Bratva are even further back and trapping kittens too. Who else we got? There's someone's hit. Who's behind that wall? That's who we're looking for. Yeah, someone's out of draw there. Oh, kittens are rocking in the scrappy though. And there is a Bratva member down hill. Manastor, that's who I was looking for on the flank. So they flanked and got even further on the flank. And kittens have decided, no, we want that helicopter. We're going to roll the boys in. It's the last helicopter of the attack phase. And they've flown past... They must be going for raid then. Which, that must be the base then. So that's probably the base at D8. Which, it's not Bratva's base, so we've seen. Here we go. Whose base is this? DSAD. Yeah, a lot of fire coming onto this scrappy now. They're going to land, surely.
So for a leisurely Sunday heli drive, Kaz, okay? Look at them.
I mean, at least they're not driving like some of the leisurely people, because I don't know if it's the same in Canada, but in the UK, Sunday drivers, yeah, nobody's put the parking brake on. It's rolling downhill. Handbrake, please, boys. Maybe. Yeah. Oh. Oh, gravity just saving, and then it's going to roll back into the middle of the dip. Beds going down, foundations down. Get yourself some beds and boxes. Probably want to put another foundation down, but they can box anywhere, to be fair. Kittens are nicely preparing for this now. DSAD's base. We saw similar before as Nikita pots a shot in the window at Vikusia. Status on the roof as well. Probably want to move that scrappy just so it doesn't get shot to bits. As Ona also takes some hits putting the walls down. So they are awake at least, DSAD. And they're not pushovers. They've built, I say, they've got the wall frames up on the roof as well. It's a nice chunky base, I'll give them that. I'm just worried about the style of compound. There's no big furnaces in it to add extra coverage and also be smelting more metal and stuff. So I'm worried about the repair ability. Yeah, if we look at this, it feels a bit clumsy. And there's some gaps in here, Kaylee. I don't know. Obviously, we're having a quick peek where we can safely.
I'm looking at this and I'm going, did they actually make a base China wall? That's like it actually is. It is a China wall of sense around their original base. That's what that is.
Listen, if it works, it's genius. If it fails, they're fucking idiots. That's that simple. If it works, it's amazing. But for now we'll say it's a bit poor. Oh, double kill through the walls there. Beautiful shooting. Has someone got up on the roof behind them? No, I think they're okay. Yeah, the gunfire behind sounded like they were shooting someone else. So maybe someone's out of render on the background as well. Obviously, launch site is behind us. So there will be people looting around there. We did see that somebody got Bradley as well. But as we are approaching the last 2 minutes of attack phase, Omsk are in the lead now. 19 points clear of Chorizo. They've been chasing that gap between 5 and 10 points the entire time. Now they have a 19-point lead. Whoever wins attack phase also gets a bonus 10 points. So if Omsk can get a few more kills, Omsk can be pushing like 130, 140, maybe 150 points by the end of this phase. Realistically, probably more like 100, 135, but still, that's a hell of a starting point total. Especially when, if VG get out of the way, Omsk have got a very easy run onto neighbouring Pels, which is another 40 points into the bag. So very cool for them. Obviously, VG here, as cameraman Ian has found, VG just lurking around on Omsk space, which could cause them trouble. I think Omsk could be a little bit wary of this, not wanting to go and commit to a raid when they've got such an annoying team in VG, and it looks like they got the kill there through the gaps. I just wonder, are VG going to try and raid Omskin? You can see the dead body on the roof. He's gone sleepy sleep. So we can see obviously the helicopter down at F11 has been dealt with. People have been getting that. Let's have a quick... Yeah, let's just have a quick look up here. Now, whose base is this? Because my OK are all over HF space. So, HF space, my OK are looking to raid. We're in the last 55 seconds. They have got Have they got someone in the compound? Yes, they have. They've got somebody. Somebody's got in. I don't know how. And he's inside the base. So the Russians are already inside this base. You can see there is dead bodies and whatnot galore. So just carefully look. We will retreat back out of it very shortly to go to one of our raid targets. But for now, he's got himself a little cozy hole just to stay in there and cause trouble. Just backs out the base now as well. But I'm sure more members of my OK are going to go in here very quickly. Though, at least from the look of it, Kailey, lots of doors, which we like in terms of raid defense. Keep them guessing.
Definitely. With only 10 seconds left of this attack phase, I'm pretty confident in saying Omsky is going to get the additional points here any second. They have had a phenomenal run with PvP, and there's the raid.
Yep, so Omsk get the 10 points for winning attack phase, or rather leading the attack phase. And now Kittens are starting to open up on DSAT. Obviously, there will be a lot of opening raids as well, so if Kittens don't do anything here, we will bounce to a new raid. But for now, we can see breaching the compound as they should. Schizophrenic Kid has got a good window point there, takes out K. So we've seen K get multiple kill streaks so far. I think they've got at least two 10 streaks and a 5 on the books. And now Kittens with Nikita. As Owner goes down too. Schizophrenic Kid's ripping them apart here, Kittens. Nikita rightly playing carefully. Schizophrenic Kid's outside now. Goes down to Nikita. Nikita smartly pushes back out. Kusia there. Sounds like HLMG. Yeah, just holding these corner points. Yeah. K's back up and alive, pushing in. K being one of the star players. Nikita as well. Ladders, ladders, ladders. It's all getting a bit helms deep here as they go up and onto the top. I don't know if there's any road defenses on the roof here. And K is now in the mix of, as you said, Kaylee, a weird base with a China wall around it inside the compound.
Yeah, and I think actually the top, if you see him make that jump, the fact he could make it was where they went wrong. If they had made a gap there, I think it would have been a much better situation for them. But again, just smart.
Yeah, so Kitten's in control. I don't hear any boom just yet, but this is the sort of point. There you go. I'm sure he had some C4 now. This is the point where I'm putting one on the helicopter and just blowing the middle of that core out. So we'll give him a second to punch the hole in. Scrappy goes. Goodbye. Now we just core a hole in. There's a ladder door open as well, which is not the best thing. Obviously not hard to break through, but don't make life easy. Come on, guys. Great flick kill there from Owner to take out the D-Sign member. We see Omsk pops on a kill streak as well at the moment. Omsk possibly defending. We'll go and check on them soon. More C4 coming in. Can you hear all the boom above us? Let's have a quick check if there's any doors out. Or is it just flooring they're trying to burn through?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of these kitten members have launchers actually, so I think they're strictly C4.
I've just heard the first launcher, so
I've
just used one, but yeah, just definitely trying to find our way in. Push on down. Let's have a look. See, kittens are fighting in the core here. And blown through some of the gaps. Dropping down any second now. We see Vikusia down there trying to fight back upwards. Bombs on door time. So at least they'll be formulaic about it, making sure they don't leave any doors uncovered. Obviously, last month we had someone go for an entire base. It was quite traumatic to watch, really. Went through an entire base, and it was the very last door, literally the very last door, to the point of the person saw the base on stream and was like, "You can't show that door." I was like, "Well, they can. It's the only door left. Like, you can't say we're showing TC because it's the only place. It's the only place it could be. There's one door. Half the floors are gone. Oh, and that was TC. Great catch by Ian there. TC was in one of the middle corridors. DSAT eliminated by Kittens, so 40 points, 2 Kittens. And I believe if we look at the quick full list of the scoreboard with the F control, there you go. DSAT, our first elimination. So HF slacking on 18th place at the 19 teams in here. But yeah, Kittens closing the gap on Omsk. As now we go and see Omsk raiding Pels. They have put some more wall up, which is a little bit disappointing, Kaylee, I think. You know, where was this wall when you started? Why wasn't this up first when they were trying to push your base?
Well,
So,
I think that's the problem. They were pushing the base to the point the wall couldn't come out.
yeah. But potentially. But Omsk in here again, like we saw, just C4, C4, C4. Let's blow some doors. I do like the fact there's a lot of armor in here. And the fact they've also upgraded the frame rather than just the door, because so many times we've seen people leave stone frames and sheet frames in around an armored door, and oh, how'd they take the door out? Well, I can tell you that, but you're not going to like it. So, lots of C4 on the doors. Armoured normally suggests something of value, because why would you waste your most valuable resource otherwise? But so far, it's a fairly easy run for Omsk, because the door goes open. Good kill on WRTH there. Cheating goes out to Timo Zabit, sorry. Again, they were a small team. You can see there over in 010. It's quite a big base, though, to be fair, for almost disrespecting them. I don't like the rooftop, though. It's a bit too open for me. And Nurik back with there, too. There's a lot of teams around that point. If you're going to say anyone in that circle is going to be killed, it's normally a team in the middle. So, no surprise there. Just have a look at Rust defending as well against Sugar and Bratva. So, that might work in Rust's favour, actually, because Bratva will be distracted by Sugar and wanting to secure it. It's an interesting design. It's very fancy. It looks like it'd do really well on a wipe. How well on base invaders? I don't know. And just as we've left it, Hells have gone to Omsk, which is classic. But that gives Omsk another 40 points. And we're inside the first 10 minutes of the raid phase. Omsk are already over 200 points. That's wild. So as we come down here, VG looking to counter on the loot here. Do you reckon it's worth it, Kailey? Do you reckon Pels had any loot to steal anyway? Or do you think they're trying to just, like, kill Omsk off so they can run back to Omsk house and cause trouble themselves?
I'm sure you're right. Like they went through hell right from the beginning of the attack phase, so I'm sure they're pretty well bled of a lot of things that they did have.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to bounce around raid to raid to raid. We're up into the north now, and one of the teams on their own. HF are our bottom team in 18th place. They are getting a bit of a kicking here from my OK. I don't think HF are going to last too long as we just find our way through the base. There's some doors been blown, some doors probably been opened as well, unfortunately. This section hasn't been pushed in, but we can hear the rocket blast, so they're clearly in one of the corridors. See if we can find out. Oh, I think they're down in the ground floor just through here. Yeah, I think they're trying to blow some of the corner doors out. Are they inside the wall? It might be inside. It might be inside trying to get the advent calendars from its inside. We'll see from a bit of a lower angle, see if we can get a better take on that. Because obviously we don't want to fly through a wall, unintentionally see the TC if there was one hidden in there. So, yeah, I think on the right hand side here looks like that's where Ho Hello Jumbo is going to. I think we're safe to go through that door because it looked like the purple was the backsplash, but they have gone up with the ladders, as we say, and up through the roof and down. But maybe we just go from the middle core. Oh, there we go. We found someone. Firenze, that's who it is. Again, another Base Invaders regular. Normally does quite well. Don't know how many wins Firenze's got for their name, but a repeat player, you don't repeat play if you're bad at the game. Because you'll be just too depressed. Now, is this a defender? No, it's an attacker. C4 on the door. And now is the patient time of just burning through the base, trying to get rid of some of these doors. I will give them credit, it is nice and convoluted, this style of base, it's difficult to get around. There's lots of half walls and half triangles and different bits of doors and jump ups and jump downs and lots to splash damage onto and not really achieve a lot. But unfortunately for them, it is just a painstaking approach now of, say, trying to find that TC, trying to blow enough of the corridor access points. And they just get it. So, one of the rooms we weren't looking at is typical. HF did get eliminated by it, and they're okay. So, can't see quite where. They are still blowing doors, so I don't think it was quite up here, perhaps. Otherwise, they would have already cleared out this section. But they definitely feel like there's loot here, so they're going to probably blow a few more doors and try and push on. It does give them 40 points, that puts them into 105 in 5th place. So they have jumped over solo. Yeah, they've got to be careful here. There might be a few teams looking to get involved and try and counter or take their air base. Now, speaking of which, no, okay, are getting ready by Topping. Topping we saw looking dangerous. Now we'll try and find out who's in that team. So you can see Flow 2K. But yeah, they are smashing a hole in this base here.
I don't think they noticed, Kaz. There's nobody home.
Yeah, there's nobody home, so... Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Kevlin's on the
one
way back.
person.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Omska here too to counter. This is awful for topping suddenly. Raiding with no one here, then suddenly find out they're getting countered by the top team. And yeah, Nyoke are all rushing back now, so probably 3 or 4 of them will bring the fight to them. 2 people bring the loot home. I think that's probably a very good time to get back. Yeah, to finish the previous raid, because this was going to go south very quickly.
I don't know what's getting raided, but something's getting absolutely pummeled. That's all I can hear in the background, and I'm like, that is... They are pummeling whatever it is.
There you go. Team FT getting hit by someone. Might be that. Let's have a look in this one then. So yeah, 2 good all over the top of this with Tiago and Nerm. There's a lot of boom going down. Just realised as well, Kittens this week have not only got Deathwing, Nikita, they got Deathwing in as well as Mango and Raccoon. So Team Kittens are quietly in 2nd place, but could cause some trouble really, especially if someone brings the fight to Omsk and knocks them out of the way. Just trying to look through our playlist and see who's where as well. Oh, that one's got Moors in. I just saw Moors. So that'll be Team 2 then. Yeah, Nerm, Flop, James, Javino, Slav, and Moors. Not sure too good's the word I'd use for Moors, but the rest of them are alright. But this roof is under lock and key. As Ash now is trying to look for Moors. Will he find him? He's jumped out a little bit. Does get the kill on Moors, so Ash cleans up. Get his loot, get his meds, take his socks. So where next? Nurik back. So we found Team FL on the outside. Who else we got here? Someone else on the other side of the base as well. Can't just quite see they'll come into radar range in a second. But Team FL. Oh, Wide's actually pushing him here. Have they noticed him? Wide gets egoist. Oh, Wide gets double kill here at the near walls. Very nicely played by him. Can he spot? So how do you know Hixar? I think Hixar and co have cleaned up. Wide's getting shot from the background here of Minka. But otherwise, between him and Atero, I think Nuripak have done a really good job pushing out and defending this one. The 3rd wall goes up. Hixar getting a bit of side flak there from Atero. Got to be careful. Probably getting opened up here. That's a risky move. Minka knows they're coming. Double flank here. Can they get it? Oh, I just put a wall in front of the camera. Dude, that's rude. There you go. Deserves to get killed for that. Come on. Timing of that. Atero's still alive, but will steadily retreat now. There are some walls back up the hill to go to. It's a little bit dangerous going up towards Sololol territory. But there you have it. As Lover comes in now. Hixar medding up. Let's see if they have a battle on the flank here, or Lover's going to cut in a bit. Lover's gone inside. Ooh. Flopposy goes down. Crouch walking from Hixar. Gets the shots in. And gets the clean up kill there. Lovely stuff from Hixar. Yeah, so you can see there's only 2 raids on the map then. And one in just recently cleared out. But we go back to Team Rust because Bratva and Kittens are here. And this is what we want to see. Bratva in 10th place, Kittens in 2nd. And Rust not in the top 10. And they're very pretty base, looking like it might take a bit of a beating. But I didn't say last place for them. But I did say as well, obviously HF have been eliminated, they were the last place. But Kittens are just getting on with it, Kailey, you know. Deathwing and Co, they always put in a top performance. They always finish very high up table unless someone eliminates them. So for all Omsk have been doing good work. If Kittens get this raid off, they're only 30 points behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's a raiding team, right? Like, at the end of the day, they can shoot, they can raid, they know how to play this game very well, the whole team. So, I mean, they're always going to... You're always going to see them up there, right?
For sure. See, again, in terms of who's been playing best so far, I think for Kittens it has been K with the kill streak. So, you know, we always point out Deathwing being a bit of a beamer. Mango also loves to get stuck in. I mean, it's a bit they all do. So, you know, just seeing one of them stand out a bit. As we see, ooh, here we go, Chorizo. 5th place Chorizo. Haven't really done much since the attack phase ended. Because they did breach the 100 mark. And then not a lot's happened. They are now looking to contest this raid. It looks like they're building foundation, getting some stuff up. Oh, rockets coming in. get an angle on this. There you go. Boom, comes into the wall. Looking to just punch a corner out here. And then for me, I'd be looking to punch the corner out, blow the gate with some C4, open up that compound wall on that side, just give it an extra avenue in, because there's already a gap in the wall there, but you don't really want to move around that side in front of someone's base view. So stray rockets the gate, unless it was deliberate. Let's see if they put another couple into it. There you go. They are starting to rocket the gate as well. They have punched a hole in that corner a bit. Bratva trying to defend the roof.
So it's interesting. We're seeing these shooting floors, these angles on the outside. You're seeing those a lot more in Rust. Like they're actually deadly. They're really, really good. But these guys are not using them at all. They built them, but nobody's using them.
Well, the thing, Bratva's the base behind this base. This is Rust's base. We've got Sugar and Bratva behind it. And Bratva are the ones defending Rust's base. Because it's Tigiri on the roof, shooting back at Chorizo. So, you know, in terms of what Rust can do, they might have even given up. I know they can see one player inside. They might all be on timer. They might all just be perma-dead. But Chorizo are doing a really good job smashing a hole in here, as the other side as well. We can see, kittens are coming through the roof. Sugar have burnt a hole in the side as well. We know kittens are in this floor and the one above. And it's just a case of now just blowing walls out, blowing doors out, just seeing where they can get themselves in. And so far, it's just order of business, walking around the base, letting K just blow some doors off. Which, a nice leisurely Sunday afternoon, have a nice gentle fly around in the heli, go blow some doors off. Maybe have some, have some food afterwards. Just nice and easy.
I mean, are they living up to their name? Like, I mean, very gentle kitten approach,
It's a gentle kitten, but to be fair, having been around kittens and puppies, when they want to be sharp, they can be sharp.
Oh, they're like, Ian. Okay, I got you.
Oh, well, we'll stop abusing Ian because he just went TC. There you go, Rust.
And Ian, our wonderful cameraman, finds another TC.
Rust eliminated by kittens then. Kittens now onto 202. So we haven't even finished the first half an hour. We're just past the 15-minute point, really, of the raid phase. We've got two teams over 200 points already. Omsk on 237, Kittens in second on 202. It's getting a bit tasty now. I always want people to get rid of lots of teams and see if we can end the event before it should finish. But no, at the moment, we're picking up the pace. FL pushing onto Solar's base. What do we want to do? Do we want to take that quick break now? We were going to take a quick break just to fix a few things on the stream end. So we'll take that now while FL are laying siege, because by the time we come back, hopefully FL have breached and we can start to follow them around the base. So do rejoin us in about 2-3 minutes as we just fix some stuff on our end, and we'll be right back. And welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Just quickly update a few things. So we missed Solo's raid as Nurik back have just been eliminated by Timo Zabit. We just saw FL fail to raid Solo. We can see FL on their base, but yeah, Nurik back our highest elimination now, out from 8th place. Timo Zabit up into 210, 3rd place, which is a great achievement again. Still inside that first 30 minutes of the raid phase, and we've already got 3 teams over 200 points, which is huge. The Solo are now starting to put the hurt onto FL as revenge for hitting them. They've done a decent job repairing. And just, yeah, rocket artillery time.
It's going to take a lot to raid this base, and this is a big base, Cass. This is a huge base, to be honest.
Yep. This is going to take a while. Ooh, good defense there as FL coming up the hill to clean up that. FL pushing at the base too. They clearly want to take the fight to Solo outside. See Catty, Bolly. Not going to pronounce the kanji. And Kone looking to push round. His ego is spotted, Kone. Yeah. there you go. Goodbye. But yeah, oh, and Lover spawns at a beach towel and immediately regrets the decision. But it feels very even between these two. I don't think Solo have got enough in the tank to really put the hurt on FL. I just wonder if FL have got enough to really push out and take over Solo's outside compound. If they can really shut them down the outside edge, then they can start to just like hit them from the base as well. But I think this one's going to be a bit of a grudge match, going to be back and forth. So we'll keep coming back to this one. But I imagine it's going to be, unless there's some heavy PvP, I imagine it's going to be a bit of a drag one, that one. But yeah, looking at the raid map though, it's the only raid going on. We can see, say one of our staff members, me, just flying around invisibly, just keeping an eye on things. Kittens and Sugar fighting over the ruins here. So, we might as well take the opportunity while we've got a bit of quiet time. Just say, obviously, if you are watching and do want to see a particular team, or if you've spotted some action ahead of us, because obviously we are on a delay on the stream, do feel free to shout out in chat who you'd like us to go see, keep an eye on. You help us, we can help you. And similarly, if you ever want to take part in these sorts of events, you know, you can do through the Discord. Or if you want to help cast or staff some of these events, you know, we're always on the lookout for new blood. So do get in touch with either myself or someone else in the team. Now, back to action though. Omsk base. VG are back here again. Only Bugor on site. Our top place team. And they're only 9 points ahead of Kittens. This is what I mean about Kittens quietly creeping up on you. But they're only 9 points in the lead, despite having one attack phase, despite having the bonus 10 points from that. They got an early raid off on Pels. Like, they've had a lot of an easy run, and they're already getting closed down. It's crazy. And now VG, if we have a quick look at the full leaderboard while we're just scouting around outside here, I believe VG are just... Wow, no, they're just outside the top 10. They're 13th place with just 51 points. Now, we know they're better than, you know, last place as a moniker. Same for Topping and Too Good, you know, they're on low points, but they're not bad teams. So we're starting to get to the point now where some of these, say, smaller scoring teams at the moment, they get do or die for them. Get some PvP and get some raids in, or face being wiped out, because with the amount of action that's gone down already, some of these teams, big teams, really are top 4, top 5. They will have got loot from some of these raids. They will have time to get fresh boom, go to launch site, go to other monuments and stock up ready for another push. We do normally see, I'm sure you can attest to this, Kaylee, you know, obviously little windows, sort of like a 5-10 minute period where once a big raid's gone off, or maybe 2 attempts, they have a bit of downtime just to stock back up.
Yeah. Right now, I'm looking at this VG team, and they're just all they're doing is they're being a thorn in this team's side. They're not raiding. They just seem to be scattered around the base, just poking, to the point where they, you know, Omsky has to keep somebody back just to make sure that they behave, so to say. But are they really playing at this point?
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, a raid has just appeared as we all get excited. Yeah, Omsk then on the outside edge, pushing onto Bratva's base. You can see, got the walls up. Ian's getting way too excited with this, but why wouldn't you? It's all going to be Michael Bay, rockets, rockets, rockets. Bratva with the shadow of Dome, getting their base lit up. And the new, I must admit, the new rocket animations, I do like them.
It looks really nice, especially on this.
Yeah. They are just angling onto the roof. Couple whiffed it, so maybe some practice needed for Wawa, because I think there's been 2 that have gone straight through the gaps. But Bratva very much in defensive mode. You can see a couple of them looking to push out. Enemy, Tikiri, Doubles, and Toyarin are all rushing down now. So Finzor and Manistor up top. Let's see how well Omsk can handle it though. One goes down the outside, Taki goes down maybe. Oh no, still hiding behind the foundation inside the base wall. Gate has gone down. Rockets in though. It's a good hold from Bratva at the moment. They're looking to get some extra walls on the outside. As he goes down though, it looks like he's got materials on him then too. Takiri's still holding that point. You can just see name peeking, hiding a bit of foundation. Bullet has got the lock on him, but doing what he can. Who is this? Keep moving forward. Sneaky, sneaky from Kittens. And obviously, again, with people changing names, we're not sure who this one is, but we do know, obviously, in terms of who's in Team Kittens. You know, we know for a fact that there's people in there, say like Mango, like Raccoon. So, yeah, it could be one of them. But either way, a top player and Omsk have just found themselves surrounded, basically. K's coming up from behind. Looks like Sotu's one of the other players. Actually, make it 2 of the other players. Thax is about to get flanked. Pops and Wawa up the hill. And Hatler. So this is suddenly gone very quickly south for Omsk. And Kittens, say second, just rolling up on first, just to say, guess what? We're the big dogs. Go away.
So Kittens is doing what Bravida needs to do. They need to get, or excuse me, I said the name wrong, but they need to get players on the ground to flank these guys in order to take them down. Those guys shooting from the breach, I mean, they're just like sitting ducks every time they peek. Like, they really, Kittens is helping them a lot here.
Yeah, there's only 8 points difference in it now. Kittens are rolled up, they've killed them, they've taken the beds and the boxes out. Kittens now own this section. If Kittens wanted to make the push into Bratva, they can do. And again, Bratva, 9th place, 90 points. Kittens take this. Kittens jump into a big 30-point lead on Omsk. And from there, it's, then we start to see Kittens will start to roll around others. Kittens might go for Omsk next, We just, it's hard to say just because so many bases, there's some good bases out there, but there's also some a little bit lightweight ones too in the mix. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone makes a bold move and tries to take someone else on. I'd like to see someone like Too Good pick a fight with one of the top ones and just try and raid someone that's away from home, because I think giving a team like them, with the likes of Moors in the mix and Nurm particularly, they do quite well at the sort of quick raiding. They have quite a detailed knowledge of base builds and stuff, so I think in terms of finding their way through a base that's unmanned, they can be quite swift at taking someone out on the sly. And I think that would shock the system a bit. Throw a cat amongst the pigeons. I know you like that one.
Oh dear. And just like I said, we've seen now Bratva, they're now on the ground. They've come out. They're getting their sneaky angles by not, it's not by default though. They're just getting people shot in the back. But regardless, this is what they needed to do. And in order to push these guys back and stop people from raiding.
Yeah, it's like Kittens have done it expertly, shown Bratva how to do it. Maybe Bratva will know how to do it in future. So we'll see how they go on, but I think Kittens have really done a number here in Omsk. Now the gap's only 5 points. I think it's just a matter of time. Obviously, Takui now pushing out onto K. I think there's a flank there as well. So, yeah, Sugar also lurking. And it's going to be tricky, Kittens might not want to stay here. They might not want to take this fight. I see Sugar on the other side. They are getting a platform down. Maxim, build. Should see that turn to sheet in a second. There we go. And it's yeah, here come the beds. Now, we can see enemy and Doubles. And there you go. Enemy goes down. Doubles lurking around. Creep walking. Crouchy. Rainbow pants. Maxim's heard. Maxim has heard. Ooh.
Nice kill.
Hearing's not enough though, is it? So, yeah, very nicely done. Now, Gabbo's time.
He didn't hear him yet. Found. Now he did.
No, not yet. Now he did. There's a lot of them flanking though. He's going to go down any second. There's 1 kill for Doubles. There's 2.
See, and this is what I wanted to see. This is so much better than I seen that defense when they first started it. They're out on the ground pushing these walls. This is good. This is really good.
Yeah, no, this is nice. So, oh, he's just getting more kills. beautiful. Because as part of the team, you know, I do normally make up the monthly highlights. As we've dropped down to monthly events, it's going to be just a 2023 roundup highlight video instead at the end of the year for Christmas. So Merry Christmas, you horrible goblins. You will be getting a bumper video of all the best highlights from the year. But having, say, kill clips in there is always perfect, you know, because we put in a lot of silly clips where people lose their mind casting, or people just fail to see a TC or crash a helicopter. So actually seeing someone go around and slot some kids is always welcome. And now the rockets are back on as well. Takiri with the repair work going on there. Still a breach at the front for Turin to defend. And is it Kittens fully? Are they actually starting to roll up on this now?
Kittens are starting to raid. They didn't seal that breach, which I think was a... they keep playing that breach. I wanted to get them out of that breach because he honestly, I've seen him die more in that, the Bravida team, than anything. Oh, they might not be able to seal because they extended the wall. That's why they're having such a problem. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Kitten's going high hope, though, with the rockets. Really, they're going for those top 2 floors. They're going to take the shooting floor over on their side very soon.
That's what we like to see. So, just good, consistent pushing. It's down to 2 points now. Omsk's lead over Kittens. And yeah, if Kittens get this TC, they're definitely going to get kills here. So, definitely get brought into, say, 1.2 points again. It's very, very close. And there you go. Kittens now tied first, 262. Bratva are struggling. And the rockets are flying in. We can see the armoured door here on the roof of the triangle. I'm always suspicious of a big triangle like that. It might just be an access point, and they've armoured it just to make sure it's, you know, a safe door. But, I mean, the sheet around it, you know, the sheet around there as well, you can just blow that. So, we'll see. But, yeah, there's repair work going on. Yeah, we can see the jump up inside. But this is what I mean, like, you know, through the shop window and stuff. You can see they've got the armoured door, but then no windows.
See, and again, they're being raided, and these guys are in the base.
Yeah.
They need to get out. They need to stop these guys that are shooting rockets. That shooting floor is no use to them on that side right now, especially with the rockets coming out. Here's Sugar. Sugar's coming to the side. They're making the push, and they're going to do what Bravida needs to be out there doing.
Yep. Let us know in the chat if you think that Bratva survived this one, because I don't think they do. Kittens are making a big push here. Sugar are on either side, though, and they haven't really done much to counter raid, either in the sense of pushing in through the wall on the other side, or stopping on this side. So, be interesting to see if Vera and Co can make a bigger push here. We also see Naoke on a 5-kill streak there. There was someone else from the team and someone else getting more kills as well, so definitely plenty of action across the map. We are going to stay with this one just to see how Bratva hold out, because Kittens and Omsk are our top 2 teams, so the back and forth of one of the big dogs throwing down here is worth sticking with, but we will check up on the radar every so often just to see who's doing what on the map.
Man, I want Doubles to get out of the base. We've seen how good he is when he, you know, kind of goes and weaves his way in and out of these walls. He needs to get out and start killing these guys. Like, I need to coach. Can I coach?
I mean, you could do. We know
those who can't play, coach.
well, normally it's those who can't play cast, don't they? But I mean, right. Not Griffin, sorry, Llama, one of our casters, is also a coach. He coaches a couple of Fortnite teams of college. So you know, definitely the capacity through, you know, the style of observation we have, and yeah, I mean, it does feel like sometimes some of these teams just need a bit of a life coach, just to like, right, what do we do when there's a breach in the wall? Somebody's like raining rockets down on us. You make the push out into them.
Because they showed us. They showed us they can clean these guys up. They did it twice. I don't know why they get so scared and they stay in their base whenever those rockets come. And look at that! Kittens makes quick work of poor Sugar.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, the fact he had the shot on him from behind and then it got turned into a prolonged duel. I love it, but just it shouldn't have happened. If you got it back to you, you should be laying him out. And again, for the added insult, just goes and loots out another corpse as well. Kittens are looking strong here. Though Omsk, again, are still holding the lead. They haven't to wrestle it back a bit. They're only 3 points in it. And I think that's going to be the story of the rest of our raid phase, really, unless something major happens. So Timo Zabit, the only other team over 200. Been this way for a while now. and no one else has popped over the 200 mark. But Nioke and I say Solo are looking most likely at the others to do so. But this then comes back to the other stuff, Kailey. Like, you know, we saw FL's base, we've seen a few of the other people's bases. You know, some of these teams, Chorizo had such a good PvP phase and have done not a lot in the attack in the raid phase. Some of these bases are decent now. We've lost some of the rubbish ones, or the ones that were a bit easily breached. They're out of a weird location. There was plenty of options for people. Now we're starting to get to the real nitty-gritty of who can do what to fight back. Bouncing around the field here, looking to make a push. So they're all just starting to sweep around. Bring the camera back around.
There's so many walls out here, Kaz. There's a whole forest of walls.
So Sugar are gone. Kittens have wrestled back control. But Bratva... Oh, actually, no. Sugar on the other side of the wall. Swapping around. Bratva pushing out, as you said, Kailey.
But they came out that breach again. I keep telling them, and they're not listening. Stop coming out that breach.
Yeah, it's an enemy goes down to the Kittens member with the Russian name. And it's just... Yeah, it feels a little bit predictable from them in the defense. You know, when they actually bothered to get out and defend. Whereas Sugar, you see Nolik coming across here. Gabo and Maxim also out. I feel like Sugar are going to do more for the raid defense than Bratva, which is a little bit disappointing. But it can be the way of it sometimes.
It's so simple. So you have Kittens raiding, okay? They're looking at the base. They're shooting a hole past the breach. They're all the time looking at the breach. The last place you come out of is the breach. That's the most likely place they're going to be looking.
Yeah.
It's common. So, I mean, and you know what? It's easier for me to cast and say this than it is to play them.
That's true. That's true. And, you know, obviously, we do say to all the players, just take our commentary with a pinch of salt, because, you know, we're going to say what we see, heat of the moment. There might be things we don't realise going on behind the scenes in terms of why they've made a certain decision, you know. But also, you know, if it is things like, oh, well, you know, we've never done this before or stuff, well, it's experience, you know. We are going to point out the flaws and you have to learn from that. In the same way, if you've got no materials to repair, or this week's 6-man, you haven't got a builder in the mix, well, you know, that's also part of the issue. You know, it's all about team balance. It's all about synergy. It's all about, you know, making good, intelligent decisions. Now, this... Whose base is this? Is this VG's base, the Omskrin, or is it Omsk base of VG? Yeah, it's VG's base. There you go. So, Omsk are fed up of VG and starting to make the push. VG are just above last place in 1280 points. You can see, not concerned. Well, he should be concerned. Yeah, and he does get the kill on the Omsk member. So, you know, clears house a little bit. Wawa's making his push upstairs, though. Not concerned. Probably going to have a friend up there in a second. But that's a big chunk on the side of the base open. I'm not sure I like the armoured roof fans, but hey, it is what it is. So Wawa just reloads and meds up. Yeah, as Ian producing says, no peaks. Susa just bouncing around. Kamzat Chimaev about to get found out. Does get found out. Wawa shoots down the hole. See pan around. See rockets starting to splash through. I don't see many teams use the garage door, the prison door, sorry, not the garage door, the prison doors much. I know, obviously, Kailey, you played with Date Value quite a bit. Date used to love the chain link in the doors. So it's nice to see somebody using them.
Yeah, they're interesting. I mean, it's crowd control at the end of the day, because that's all they offer. You can shoot through them. There's not much more beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, crowd control's underrated, though, and again, you know, it's why people put so many walls down outside, because you want to control the crowd, you want to kettle people and herd them through certain corridors that are going to give you the best, you know, time to kill and the best kill percentages in general, really. And the same for some of your angles of your base and stuff. You know, why we're judging this base is there's no real shoot downs from that roof. It's you know, it's all nice and strong, but it's not giving you an advantage in defending. And that's why Omsk have been allowed to walk up to your base, put down about 250 walls to replace the forest they've chopped down, and just be like, yep, we're just going to sit here and lay siege.
Seen that too. That command went flying up the side of his base. Again, like you said, there's really no shooting floor, but, you know, Omsky is actually making a shooting for them as they go here. So there's potential for much better than what they started with.
Yeah, but it's this is, to me, this is the turning point for Team Omsk. Kittens are in the lead of them by 6 points. It's still very close, you know, Omsk will get some kills here, but Ooh, good kill. Default gets it. But yeah, if Omsk really want to be a continual contender for the rest of the event, they've got to get the TC here. They've got to get rid of VG, who are picking on them constantly. Get rid of the rival, make it clear that you're the better team, and then you can afford to defend your base a bit more and go on and push and take out someone else's raid. Because at the moment, it feels like, not that it's wasting a lot of time, but I suppose really, yeah, they are wasting time here. They're fighting a good team in VG, but if they don't get rid of them, VG are just going to do everything to stop Omsk doing their game. And it'd be a shame to see that, given that Omsk played really well in the attack phase and have been proactive for the raid phase.
For sure. I mean, like, they were literally holding a player back at the base to deal with this VG team. That weren't even raiding them. They were just literally just causing chaos. So I mean, as
Yep.
far as turning and really putting a hole in their base, I don't blame them. Now I want to go back to the attack phase, Kaz. When we were looking at that, Kittens wasn't very high up there. Am I mistaken in saying that?
No, they were a slow start. They were a slow start, which is surprising because what we're saying about some of these teams, if they are prepared for raid phase better than attack phase, but Kittens were low end of the top 10,
Right.
and it was a case of, like I say, they've slow start, but they are a PvP team. There are a lot of good shooters in their team. So to see them take that slow start, surprising. And now we see, here we go, topping fortress, topping tower, getting hit up. Chorizo here. Who else here? Nyoke. Topping defending. It might just be 2v1. Not teaming for sure, but yeah. As Ian says, topping getting topped. Well, it looks like topping still are on top of their own base. So for now, they're just getting roughhoused from below. But Keblin right up on the outside there. Tolo Jumbo too. They've breached a nice part of the wall here. They've got a slope as well, so they can rocket each other by the looks of it, I think. Or did they get hit from above? It's hard to tell. No, yeah, no. It was a shot down. PvP rocket from upwards. Looks like Danny fired it down. Mortadello up high too. But they are punching a big hit in this corner. We can hear a bit of boom outside elsewhere as well, so more action going on as we approach the last 45 minutes, the halfway point of the raid phase. As we pass the Rise Against Disorder garage door, big fan of that one. You see just constant fire. It won't be long now. Chorizo are inside too, fighting Naoke on behalf of topping. So Naoke, we've got to really keep blasting in here. Let's see, keep moving forward. 10 kill streak for Kittens there. And that lead is starting to extend. It's up to 16 points now.
So
and Kittens still haven't got the TC either, so...
Chorizo, I don't think has anything to raid with right now. I think, because it makes no sense to me. I'm like, why are you shooting? And okay, why are you in here? The only chance they have is to shoot them and hopefully get some boom off them, because obviously I see no movement in this, no?
I mean, if it's me, I'll just let Nyoke do the shooting. Hide inside. The second they make the move, or the door's open, you're like, thank you.
Right.
We've seen that done before. We've seen them before so well. I mean, we've seen a few weird ones as well, like there was one where Flossie's base got foundry wiped. TC was in one random square. That was the last square to get taken, but it was a high up corner, and Trev and someone else were in there with rocket launchers and grenades or something. Just were like, we're out of bullets, we're just going to start lobbing things at you. And it just got a bit wild. So it could be in a random place, but that could be quite fun to let someone else do the raiding for you.
So we have topping controlling their top, we have Chorizo controlling their shooting floor, and we have NYOK controlling the breach. So we got all angles covered just by different teams. It's a very interesting dynamic at this space.
Yeah, it's cooperative.
Right?
Everyone's got their own duty. It's perfect. As long as people do... And they're looking at the radar. Chorizo pushing back up the hill, so I think maybe, obviously, whether it was topping, whether it's Naoke, I think it's more like topping, really. But, yeah, they got pushed out, but pushed back in. We can see 15 kill streak for keep moving forward, 4 Kittens, and a 5 kill streak for Skypad. Kittens really starting to flex now, with 24-point lead over Omsk. And again, that TC is still waiting, so as soon as they hit that TC, that's a 60-odd point lead over Omsk. You can see here, just look at the size of the breach. There's a huge gap in the base.
Bit of a Swiss cheese kind of feel to this base.
Yeah, we're not quite at the point of seeing straight through the other side, but it's not far off. A few more rockets in from the one side. Obviously, we have got access to the roof now as well. Just getting close. Yeah, I'm going to have a quick look around. Ooh, I3 maybe. Or we go this one first. We go this one first, then we go I3. So, let's have a look. Yeah, FT, too good defending. Timo Zabit's Mogger on the side, and Cheddar from Solo as well. So just keeping an eye. Timo Zabit are looking to rock up in force here. So 3rd place, looking to have a pop. And again, this will be a big test of Too Good, because they're good at fighting bases and causing trouble, but see how resolute they are with raid defense. I want to check. Is that FT's base in the distance?
It looks
Yes,
like
it is.
Too
There you
Good
go.
doesn't have to do a lot of work even, because it looks like the fight is outside in the wall. These guys, there's a lot of PvP today, guys. Is there not? Like, this
Yep.
is
No.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm surprised actually that Team FT have had that player allowed. I'm English, because these days you're not allowed to say I'm English. There's about 3 people in the chat got that joke, and the rest, everyone else is going, what? Yeah. So Solo Cheddar on the outside, FT I'm English making the push in with Hollow. Life Changer is lurking around the walls though. If Cheddar's clever, Cheddar gets Life Changer out of the way. Here we go. Oh, gets for head first. And double kill on Life Changer. Lovely stuff. And goes down. But still. Yeah, still. We're going to switch back now. Let's have a look. So yeah, Bratford.
I don't want to look at it, Cat. I can't.
I mean, I don't like the base that much. It was okay. But yeah, Bratford have been under siege by Kittens a lot. Part of the reason why we didn't stay with the raid really was just the fact of, how long it was taking. But Kittens now on 375, Omsk on 305. 2 teams over 300. 2 teams below the 3 teams, sorry, over 200. Chorizo closing that gap. And now we see back with Omsk raiding VG. They've repaired some of the roof, but with sheet, so clearly they haven't got the armor to do it. So you see that the armor getting taken out. Omsk looking just to rid them of that. Also worth remembering as well is the Equinox there crawling around his hands and feet. Lovely. Having a bit of a moment. If the turrets are removed, you're allowed 3 turret placements in the event. That doesn't mean you're allowed to keep 3 turrets. If you lose your 3 turrets, you are not allowed to replace them. So, burning through this armor on the roof, popping the rockets up to the turret, it is a worthwhile cause. But VG have repaired quite a lot of the side that we did see was breached before from Omsk. So, VG are clinging on. They're in 9th place, 130 points. The raid defense points are keeping them up there, as are the PvP points from defending. So, yeah, I don't know. It might be one that Omsk have to take a different fight, but if they do, VG are coming straight for them. So I don't really know what they can do other than be stuck in a grudge match, unless somebody else rocks up during this because they can hear the noise. That might be the turning point, but for now it feels like it's just slowed down just enough. I think that will suit suit VG nicely. Ooh, bit of physics. Ultimate wedgie there off the roof. Yeah, just looking at it, we've got... They are still rocketing away, but it's just not the same intensity as it was before. All the gaps have really been repaired other than that roof bit. There's a shot from the side. Who's that? Let's have a quick look at that. Was that? Huh. Ah, there we go. There you go. Hammer goes down 2. So Sousa and Kamayev. Sorry, Kamazat Chemayev. Yeah, whatever. Cams up, gets the kill with Sousa. Sousa goes down. They're all trading here. Hammer goes down 2. Wawa's pushing back. Chemayev goes down. So Omsk have reclaimed their backline, but again, it's loot up, get your boom back, and make the push. Is there a reason for throwing that C4? I'm not sure. Or maybe they just didn't want it. Who knows? I mean, to be fair, maybe it was they didn't want the C4 nearby because they could then use it on the beds, perhaps. Better to get rid of it than to have it on my body if I die. Which I can get. There's a logic to that. So we can see there, let's say H10 off the map now. I believe that's Bradford's. So we go back over to Too Good or Topping. Topping. Ooh, Topping. Radar. Just all over the joint here. You can see a couple of our admins are already keeping an eye on this as well, just because there's so much fighting. No, Kate, Chorizo, and Topping all still going at it. And I mean, as well, while we're here, if we can have a look at the full leaderboard in a second, whenever you've got a moment. we will see. There you go. We've got 12 teams left. We've got 38 minutes, 40 seconds to go. I don't think we'll get the full team list gone and just a one winner left, but certainly I think we're going to end up with just a top 10 left. We don't see Topping surviving this. The Chorizo getting caught out from the side as well. Topping China number 1 on the doorway. That's not very China number 1 of you to open a door and walk out in front of people with AKs, but there you go. Flow 2K on the roof. Oh, Martin gets a shot up there. Beautiful though. Doesn't take no for an answer. And yeah, we can hear boom in the distance as well, so we might check that in a second. Chorizo, though, are much more active in the compound, trying to get rid of people like Naoke. And I just wonder... I wonder if... Yeah, if Naoke are going to stay here or not. Are they going to just let Chorizo have this? Because they're in 5th place. They are ahead of Chorizo. You know, they've got more points, but... Given Chorizo a hit, I'd be going scouting for Chorizo's base. Look for a base that's got nobody on it and just raid that. Because that'll be Chorizo. You know they're here. There we go. New base is up. Timo Zabit's base is getting hit solo by Bolly. Now, that might be a bait. And Bolly's getting shot from FL. Yeah. He's a lover, not a fighter, which is why he hasn't hit him. But... Solo, I see you watching Bolly run up the hill, barefoot, getting his grippers out in the chat. But yeah, it's all a little bit quiet over this one. If I say it sounds like Bolly was just doing that as a distraction, cause some boom, make people panic, think they have to run home, which is a solid tactic. Again, you know, deception is you know, one of the darker arts that gets missed out by teams. But realistically, yeah, it's only really the 2 raids that are really doing anything too good at holding up against Timo Zabit. Timo Zabit were the ones getting hit by Solo for just breaching the wall. But yeah, too good. Too good. I'm taking a bit of a beating. There's a big hole in here. Vladislav looking to jump in. Joker's already in as well. As we follow through, there's a lot of doors still. It's the only thing. Also, shout out for wearing the charitable wristbands. Good lad. Let's see if you didn't see, there was the charitable wrist charity event that was hosted last week, raising a lot of good money for charity water. Getting the skins on the store. So just spin around though, looking for Tiago. Tiago might actually be inside rather than in the breach. His Nerm has gone down. FT Ash on the roof. Yeah, it's looking a bit dire here for Too Good. Well, it's Tiago. Too Good's base. Tiago can get in there. Yeah. Just correcting the producer here behind the scenes. But yeah, Timo Zabit are laying siege. FT have got a couple of people in the mix though that are trying to hold the top though as well. So it's getting difficult for Too Good to hold their own base because they keep getting killed every time they try and come out to it. FT sort of doing their work for them, sort of not. And Timo Zabit are now trying to make the push. Vladislav is trying to look around. See that, our Russian friend on the roof taking a hit, gets the kill on Nerm though. Nerm knows he's up there, but it's not enough. And now more and more FT members are coming up. Hollow too, as well as Ash is already up there. I wonder when the boom comes though, if FT have got any.
And that's the thing, Cats. We're so deep into this event, we're seeing all these raids slow down, and we're actually seeing these teams. I don't think they actually have boom. They're just hoping at some point they come across a body or they come across a box that's going to help them in this.
Well, this is where I'd be sticking people out. Like, right, 3 people, 2 people defend the base. The rest of you go to a monument, get some stuff. Like, there's a lot of... It feels like there's a lot of wasted time. Oh, there you go. Katie says there's no boom and there's boom. Lovely.
He found it. I'm telling you, he was.
To be fair, he might have done. So
he's still got some on his hip. I can clearly see that. So
yeah,
he's just right now. It's because they are so limited. I'm sure it's strategic until I see him throw it at a wall, and I wonder what he's doing. But yeah, we'll know in a moment.
I mean, the wall breach is smart.
It directly into honeycomb might not be your smartest play in this event, but. Again, maybe he needs to get out, and he's making away.
It feels like one of those casticles, like, that's a good move. Narrator, it wasn't a good move. It's just blown into nowhere. And yeah, he's just Yeah, you found some doors. We like that, especially if one of these doors has got TC, because then I'm redeemed. You know, the good name
Right?
of Kaz can stay. Now FT, the Russian member of FT. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. 5-kill streak, holding that rooftop. TC, are you in here? Yep. Getting the garage door out. Bombs on the doors. Let's see what's what. I do like that dragon door though.
I know. I have that door. I love it as well.
I'm a proper base bitch, me. Just, I'm an average builder. Can only shoot when I'm defending my own base. Stick me in the field, I'm terrible. But shooting to protect my own base, I'm shit hot, and I don't know why. But I just all the skins for all the doors, and all the roads and all sorts, you name it. Feels
So
like
again,
we're close here, though.
Yeah, it does. And while we're watching these guys try to figure out which one of these many doors have the TC, if you want to play this event, everybody that's watching, feel free to join the Discord. You can sign up. It's a monthly event right now. Cross our fingers, it changes someday, but right now we're monthly. And anybody that's 18 plus and watching, you can go to our sponsor, which is rustypod.com, and you can bet and gamble your skins only if you're 18 plus. And please gamble responsibly.
Ooh, well, now we're just looking at that. Obviously, they've put a defense on that. It's there. I don't know. I'm wondering if they're close. I don't know if they've got any materials either. I'd love to see Too Good try and get a few more doors back on here, just to really sort of like confuse people about where they've been, where they haven't been yet. Because that's the thing that's sent to throw a lot of people off, more so than repairing the walls and stuff. They know which walls they came through. It's really like getting the doors back on the memory test.
You talk about doors. When I used to play this a lot, we'd pick a skin and we'd all have to run the same skin. But as you know, when you go and floor a door on the fly, sometimes they make mistakes and so on and so forth. So I love the fact that these guys use all different kind of door skins in here. I love that.
I mean, yeah, they've got mostly similar, but there's a few differences. I also like the fact of sometimes like when people do like bait doors, and so they put an armored door in, or they'll put like a different skin of a door in. You think, well, someone's fucked up and put that on the thing to make it easy, and it turns out it's just a bait. And it's like sometimes it's obvious it's a bait, but I still like the shenanigans to it. They're just baiting them into it. Like you've got to check the bait. You can't not, because you'll never forgive yourself if you go, that's bait and it's a double bluff. You've got to call it. Spring the trap. Sure. So now Team Sugar. If what looks a bit like Star of David on top of the roof there.
I was gonna say that's beautiful, isn't it?
It's a lovely designed base. I think the problem is it's getting the absolute living daylights pounded out of it on the outside by these Rocketeers. So it's a good size base though, and they are firing back. See, there's kittens. We can see here's the radar just click back into place. Kittens are defending. Kittens are attacking. Sugar are defending. And yeah, a lot of fire coming in. Kittens at the 400 point mark now. They are 59 points at Omsk. Nobody else has crossed the 300 part apart from them too. We have got 5 teams over 200 now. And then everyone else is between 120 and 187. You can see that's too good. Oh, we just left that raid. Timo Zabi get it. There was a lot of doors and walls gone. Must have just been up a little bit further. Just a bit annoying for us, but there you go. So,
we wouldn't have called that though, Kaz. In all honesty, I wouldn't have called that anyway.
I don't know. We were calling that corridor that we said that we think it was in. So I'm sure when we get a quiet minute, we'll have a quick look back at that base and see if anything's going down there. If maybe we can see it, but not too worried. I say we know Too Good's base was ripped wide open, and honestly, the only reason Timo Zabi didn't have much of a chance of getting it was just because FT was sat on the base. If someone can get rid of FT off the base,
yeah.
So because it was more their defense than Too Good's defense. So. But yeah, down to 11 teams though. Just under half an hour to go.
So Sugar has showed up a few of Kitten's raids, right? They've been kind of like poking them wherever they go. So I'm sure every rocket that Kitten plants in their base right now, it's nothing but happiness and joy.
Tamada's doing quite well with the repairs here, but again, as everyone knows on the should know, repair work is good for blocking a rocket, but it takes time to fully heal. So these things will not build at full HP, because otherwise you could never raid. They build at a partial HP, and it's on you to defend and let them regain their full HP and resilience. So Kittens will be happy to just keep knocking the same holes through, but Tamada just trying to play that speed game, get the walls up a la Fortnite, just build, 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 try and seal out as much of the gap, waste as many rockets as possible. You can see there doing a decent job, to be fair. Obviously, a lot of these rockets are hitting, but if you can keep hitting the areas like they're doing, to try and block the rocket shots, just keep moving side to side, it'll all be good. I just worry, though, that Kittens... Ooh! Nearly got through the wall of collapse there. So just worry that Kittens might just be able to get someone inside just to clear out someone like Nolik and then get to Tamada and suddenly the building stops. Ooh, just missed him with the rocket there. And you can see armoured bits there as well in terms of the walling, the top bit. So they've got some decent... It's a resolute base. I'm quite happy with it, but just feels like there's not enough defence coming at Sugar here. They're repairing, they're fighting from the roof, but you really need someone to be out there trying to flank on them. Or rocket back and blow more of the walls out.
Nobody's doing for Sugar what Sugar was doing for many of these raids on to Kittens. That's for sure. And again, the seals, though, I want to say, like you mentioned, like it doesn't really help, but it does. It's like they really, whoever is their builder here is doing a great job at patching.
Tamada's 288 there. You can see in the triangle. Yeah. Tamada's doing the work.
Oh, he might be stuck in the work.
Yeah, doing what he can. I say somebody's going to get a shot across on that soon. I'm sure. I'm expecting them now. You've got two people on the outside pushing out. Is it Gabo? Yeah, there you go. And that Latron as well. They've finally got someone out on the flank. Masked up and all ready to go. Hasn't been spotted yet. Skypad hasn't seen them. I don't know if Nikita has. Oh, there you go. No, Nikita goes down. There we go. So Sugar now. Here you go. 1 on 2. Just wall up by keep going forward. Sugar doing the right thing now. It needs backup though. Be tricky, gets another wall out from that last run. And now come the mind games of just trying to bait people into a little bit of insecurity. Skypad trying to do the crouch walk. You can see Gabo goes down on one of the sleeping bags. Oh, last run might be getting caught out. Here comes a flank. There you go. I think the car was a clever move because I think it disguised the footsteps of keep moving forward, getting close. So even though he got the kill, it was K in the car. Just for anyone wondering, yeah, K in the car, ran around and then jumped out and looped back to the bags. So good bit of sneaky business there from K to mask to send the footsteps. But we have got Vera on the outside as well. Moving around the left-hand side, see if they can do anything. There's a lot of walls gone up there.
Kittens with this raid, I've been watching this in the points closely. They are Omsky it's still a TC race, but they are coming up closer to Kittens because Sugar has really kind of stuck Kittens in. They've been held here for a little bit now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we'll probably check on the VG base soon if Omsk still there or if they've gone back to somewhere else. But they are closing the gap a bit. They are only a TC behind. And yeah, just, it is a close contest. But at least it's a close fight rather than just a runaway for Kittens. Because I know though it's slow starters, they are still sieging it now. Is anyone else here? So while we're dropped inside now, I think. Not down that way. I think it was for the centre scale, was it not? There you go. Kaz proved me wrong. This Wawa goes straight for us. Got armoured in a core. They've blown through a bit of it, perhaps. Yeah, but not all of it. So I don't know if they've got enough boom. But they are looking to boom. It looks and feels like actually now VG are starting to succumb. This feels like the turning point where finally the resilience is gone, because as we said before, getting the turrets out of the roof, that was a huge part of it because you can't replace them. You're only allowed to place 3 in an entire match. So if you place 2, you've got 1 to replace 1. If you place none, you can place 3 during. But if you've got 3 in and they all get blown up, that's your 3 used. And I think that turret deterrence on the rooftop has gone. Sounds like they're going for the centre, but I can't quite tell. Well, there you go, got through. So they're opening up some access to shooting floor, but I'm not sure if they just do all the shooting floor or have they blown through a little part of the central core.
I want to say they've gotten to their beds, and I mean, I have no visual clarification of this, but I'm just in my mind. They've put these guys on timer to the point we don't see them in the base right now, except for one, maybe two. Um, so there's something's changed, like you said, whether they've drained the kits or no, they really didn't push out. So everything's in the base. So yeah.
Yeah, I really think it's the turrets. I think they've been successful in laddering up the side and get some turrets out with some cheeky rocket shots or whatever, which was the play they should have done early on. Get rid of the turrets, then you can siege the roof. VG are good when the roof is theirs to play with. As soon as the roof's been pushed, that's really put them on the back foot because this base is built for roof defense. It's not that well built for internal, peak warfare. And you can see it's very smart. And there we go. Just fly through the wall. There we go. Yep, it's somewhere around here. Maybe in here. Maybe, who knows? No. Well, the TC was somewhere around here, I'm sure. Spot it. Yeah, in there because the ladder jump up. So, well, maybe. God knows. Yeah, TC was somewhere around here. We'll say it was there for our sake. But yeah, VG gone. Finally, Omsk over the 400-point mark. 405. They're only 7 points behind Kittens. And yeah, we're back to Kittens laying siege to Sugar, but again, they are doing the good work to hold off. Keep repairing. Tomato doing an excellent job with that. Not enough rockets coming back outwards to take out the Kittens approaching walls, but they keep having a little bit of a go at it. You can see they're starting to pop for you there.
Sugar has really been a challenge for these guys. Like, they are punching that same side for how long now, and really haven't been able to like push in and realistically beyond the shooting floor, it doesn't look that bad, the base. I know it looks gappy, but it's not really that bad for the amount of rockets they've sunk.
And not just that though, Sugar in 10th place. They are a last place team. They were only down to 10, but they're on 129 points. They probably get the full 40 stack now for raid defense. So they'll jump up to 179 points as soon as the attack stops, if the attack stops. Obviously, if they're eliminated, they'll gain the points for the defending as the point they get eliminated, but that'll be them out. We can see here, Skypad is looking for Tomato. Obviously knows this doorway was where he went in. Just trying to dodge the terrain a bit, but yeah, you can see a lot of damage being done, and then now starting to breach the compound, trying to keep people down inside the base. And it just feels like the grip's ever so slightly tightening from Kittens, and yeah, they're starting to ramp it up. I just wonder though, what would other people do? Because if I'm Omsk or if I'm Timo Zabit, I'm thinking we take out Kittens. Because if let's see Timo, yeah, there you go. So I just went down. So that's a big bad move for them. That's the breach time now. Push. What I was gonna say was though, if somebody big takes on the Kittens base, if they get out, Timo Zabit can close the gap on Omsk to like 25 points, if that. They'll get some PvP points because obviously someone will come home and defend. So they can really, third place can still really push on this. Omsk can take the lead comfortably. If they did it, even someone like an FT or a Neoke, just like, it would really jump their game to take on the top dog. So I think, last 20, someone's going to do something brave here to steal the win. Or maybe counter this raid. Somebody come along and just say, you know what, I'm not going to let Kittens have this raid. No.
I mean, there's still some really good options. It depends how much Omsky knows what's going on in the map right now. Like that topping base, for instance, it's still standing. That's a really good choice to turn on. Chorizo's base, I'm trying to remember in my head exactly what it looks like, but I doubt we'll see Omsky here. Where they go though, I really think them being stuck on this Kittens being stuck on this Sugar, I think this might cost them today, to be honest. And it's a very early prediction. We still have 20 minutes.
Yep, like I say, I mean, we've seen raids happening topping space. We've seen some of the others. If someone can pull off, realistically, we're looking at Omsk or Timo Zabit, but if either of them can pull off a raid now quickly, with say, leave themselves 15 to 12 minutes to go, they could really cause a trouble for the top dogs and get rid of Kittens. But I think now really someone's got to try and find. You've just got to find bases now. Go find someone who's not in. Push. We know Kittens aren't in. That's probably an obvious one. Go and cause trouble. Watching, bodies flying off the roof here. say we're watching Kittens pushing slowly but surely, keep moving forwards in there. So Skypad, and this feels like the beginning of the end now. As Vera, oh, good door down, and dice, but gets the door down. Yeah, sort of praise. But,
yeah, if they keep these guys on timer, they have a chance, right? Like, but if that guy gets up and starts stealing again, I mean, I could see this going on until the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah, FL against Solo. We did point out this be a grudge match. It feels like it's a grudge match. It's one of those, I don't know if it's just, you know, it was obvious or if it's like the caster experience thing, but we do see sometimes where two bases are built next to each other and they're just not quite clinical enough. You just know they can't afford to go anywhere other than fight each other. And I mean, I've heard it from some other players too as well. You know, they're like, you've almost been like snookered. Really, you can't afford to leave because that team will raid you. You can't afford to go out raid someone else because that team will raid you. So you know, you've got to fight them. You've got to keep fighting them, and you know you're not going to get anywhere. So then you half-heartedly fight it. However, Solo are getting backed by Timo Zabit. They're getting hit from behind. They're breaching the compound already. There's beds down, boxes down, walls down. Now is the time for Timo to make the push. 350 points. If they get to 90 this DC, plus some kills, they can close down onto second place. And depending on how quickly they do it, as Vladislav goes down from the side by the looks of it. Not sure which member of FL it was, unless it was maybe Bolly on the roof, actually, from Solo.
If FL's smart, they will let these guys raid. Just let them raid, go to the other
100%.
side, and poke a hole in it. Like,
yeah.
You don't want to mess up this raid for these guys. You need to, you know, just pray you're on the right side.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're blowing the compound here. FL are doing the right thing. Blowing the compound, making it really open now. Solo will be, hopefully, shitting themselves. Because, yeah, this is now, feels like a 2-on-1. That's when the tide turns. That's when you really start to get swamped. And, yeah, we can see the breach on this side hasn't really been repaired that much. As Cathy's opened the side gate. I'm not sure why. You can see it's a nice big base, but ultimately, you know, it's difficult, especially this late in the game. Coming up to the last 15 minutes, you've burned through a lot of your ammo, your loot, your kits, you know, boom, whatever. You've burned through a lot of it. It's starting to dwindle, and if somebody's coming in with someone else on the other side, how do you fight two fronts at once without, you know, optimal kit? So, Joker and co have potentially timed this well, but they need to be quick. The important thing for them is they can close the gap on second, they can try and take on first even, but they need to be quick. And in Timo Zabit's mind, they might think, you know what, we can take out Solo and FL. 80 points would do it for them. Between the kills in there, they would there. Oh, Sugar gone to Omsk. So Omsk retake the lead. 4-5-5 to 4-3-2 from Kittens. We're down to 9 teams now.
Wait, that was Kitten's raid. Omsk stole Kitten's raid.
Yeah.
Wow, huge. I would not have bet they go there. Good for them.
See, the wisdom of Kaz. I did say if someone wants to steal the top spot from Kittens, you go and counter this raid. Omsk clearly listening. Good boys. And yeah, Omsk have rocked into this. A nice raid, stolen under the nose of Kittens. It'd be interesting to know from because obviously we weren't here for it, watching the other one. It'd be interesting to know how that went down, whether it was a case of Omsk got cheeky and just walked in and stole it, or whether they really flexed up and cleared out house and let Kittens respawn and just ran in and took it. But either way, that's a big move, because now we're at a point, yeah, it's like 25 point gap, no, 23 point gap, sorry, between Omsk and Kittens, with 15 minutes to go. Kittens have got to make a move now. They've got to pick on someone. We can see there, Nikita on a 5-kill streak for Kittens. So they're still fighting. Timo Zabit here punched a big hole in this base. FL on the other side have punched a big hole in this base. I think we're going down from 9 to 8 very soon. I'd be very surprised if Solo couldn't do this. Look, oh,
That
wow.
man has seen better days.
Yeah, I like it when people die near the jump ups because they just like dangle through them. It looks like they were just killed on it. So that's good. But yeah, so, Solo are doing okay at holding this side at least. They're doing better against FL than they are.
Going back to what just happened, like I'm just like in my head, I'm trying to absorb this. I can only imagine the comms in Kitten's Discord right now. Stuck into that raid for a good half hour. really, really losing ground on leaderboard, and then to have the team that's chasing you come and steal your TC, Kittens has to be furious right now. They have to be.
Yeah. And, you know, I've taken praise for saying someone should counter. I mean, you should take praise for the fact that you said, you know, Kittens spent a lot of time here. This could be the thing that trips them up from the win. They've spent so much time, invested so much time here, that the longer you're there, the more opportunity you invite for something to go wrong. Whether it's someone coming and countering you, so, you know, and stealing TC, or just clearing you out, or someone going and raiding something else. And, you know, we saw it with Omsk on BG, how long they were there, and that's what allowed Kittens to catch up and take the lead. As Joker goes down putting C4 on the Capybara doors. I mean, it feels mean putting C4 on capybaras, but that's just me.
They're so cute, aren't they, Kaz?
Exactly.
So
So Rocket goes into the court. So Johnny firing one back at the outside, just going for the walls. Toxical and Vladislav hugging the outside edge of the compound here. Now, Cohenate is coming in from the other side, though, as well. So they're about to clash. FL struggling on this bit, though. Let's see if we can swing around to the other front. Yeah, as I say, Solo's slurking around there. Oh, there you go. I saw him lurking. He got slapped. Joker cleans up. Vladislav goes down, though. Muted gets the kill. Still a high up presence from Johnny. Johnny's doing big work. Toxical gets rid of Johnny, though. There's a lot of back and forth trading here. It's really good to see. But Toxical does swing it in his favour at the moment. Cheddar is trying to keep an eye out for Toxical, but does back down. But now is the part. Muted is inside. Toxical really could do with getting like a ladder or a peak or something to get up there. I see Keblin for Neoke on a 5-kill streak as well. And looking at them, it's fairly close between 9th place and 6th place. 250, 248, 240, 237. But then we jump to 304 with Neoke. Minicopter coming in from that side as well, on FL side. Has anyone been dropped off? There's Minka. Johnny's on the outside as well. I don't see anyone. So maybe it was FL just flying back home, but looks like we're okay. Yeah,
I mean, they could have been out farming, trying to get the rockets that they desperately need to finish it.
Because, you know, how many times we said, you know, if people are having a slowdown, just go and get some farming, you know, fly a helicopter to Dome, fly a helicopter to the launch site and be careful of the sands. You know, just make something happen. Get the boom you need. If you haven't got the boom you need, why? It feels like sometimes we get stuck in this like war of attrition mode where we've got to keep going back to the same spot. It's like, well, what are you achieving? Oh, we can't let them gain the ground back. It's like, yeah, but you can't gain the ground either. You know, you're almost stuck in that World War I mode of just, you know, everyone's holding everyone, an indefinite just equilibrium. Whereas you take the time to pause away, you know, let them think of other things to do. You go get boom and try again. Do it differently next time. And I think somebody just crashed a heli because we just saw bits of fragments of chassis and stuff scatter around. But just trying to see who's where. Doesn't seem like too much there. So Timo Zabit are respawning, rebuilding, getting themselves in, but it's all slowed down a bit on this side. Same for FL really. Solo have actually pushed up to FL's base on the outside, and we can see Kittens now coming in the back of this. So Kittens are looking to counter on the back of Timo Zabit. Let's see if we can see this before we go and dare check anywhere else. They're building the bed foundations. Seen over there, and this is a full flex now. They want this raid. I think this will round out our last 10 minutes nicely, really. But it depends. If Omsk can do something else. If I'm Omsk, I'm coming here just to cause trouble for Kittens. just fly your helis around. Just get 3 different scrap minis around the map. Just look for everyone and go, right, there they are. Everyone to this coordinate.
You're not wrong. That would give a win. That would give a win. But Kittens, this isn't an easy raid. They're going to have pressure from multiple sides here going at this. So you know, kudos to them for taking this on. I'm not sure why maybe it's proximity. Not really sure why they picked this one. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yep, and we see 18-point lead for Omsk at the moment. We saw a bullet for Omsk on a 5-kill streak there as well. Timo Zabit and nicely climbing up the leaderboard, still points ticking over. Same for Solo. You know, everyone's over the 200 mark. You know, pushing towards the 250 mark minimum. So it's a good showing for people today. The last 9 teams, but yes, the Solo base feels like it's going to be last to go. They've rocketed out, actually. They've rocketed Timo Zabit's foundy bit, it looks like. No, they haven't, sorry. I was looking at the wrong wall. My bad. But they still have been rocketing walls, so that's something. But Solo's base, yes, Solo's base is coming under attack from 3 different angles now. FL were fighting them. Now, was that a flare to call for help? Just
We're being raided. Help!
yeah, it's, you know. Oh, this feels brave, and it was. So no dice there, but he tried. And as we come around the other side, the helicopters are scratching Kailey because it's looking like Findy wipe time.
Like, I love this. I think these guys had the right approach if they farmed up or however they did it. But going after them like this is exactly in the last 8 minutes you need to do.
I think he's had a good game today, been in good places. Feels like cast a curse though, so let's see if Minky dies. Hiding in the corner? Oh, he's hiding in the hole there. Oh, it's a door. Where's he gone? There he is, medding up. Knows the best thing for him is not to fight that fight against Kone. The Foundry wiping has seemed to slow down. Obviously, got the one chap here, Lily Pavlo. But that's about it, really. It's just initial boom and then slow down. On the other side, though, I mean, FL are in control this side, but I don't know if Kittens are in control of the other side. Have they pushed Timo Zabid out? Let's have a quick peek. Yep, so pushing forward all these walls, obviously not fun for the FPS, you horrible bastards. But they are punching a nice sized hole in the side of this base. I wouldn't be surprised if they found TC somewhere around here through just sheerly blowing the side of the wall off, just because we often see that. When you see the front and back approach, like people tend to love to stick TCs just slightly off centre. And, that's normally why we see a surprise splash when a TC gets taken.
I really think it's on Kitten's side, and I'm only judging that based on what Solo is doing.
Oh, Johnny!
Yes.
I mean, the door's
Johnny
getting blown out here, but... So producer Ian thinks it's in the centre point. He thinks that was a bit of a desperation jump down from Johnny and someone else from Defenders for Solo. And in fairness, you know, they're holding their ground, but just under 6.5 minutes to go. Feels like this is, yeah. Has their spot been damaged there? They're rebuilding it, yeah they are. So, I think someone hit it. Now, more boom on the other side. Is that FL going in for the Foundy? Camera's rushing around, it sounds like it. Yep, they're going for the Foundy wipe. Booty Padlow. Just spam, spam, spam. Don't know if it's the most efficient approach, but hey, it's the best way to keep them safe from the Kitten side as well. Blow out the base just inch by inch.
Yeah, every bit of me thinks it's on that Solo side. I really... There we go.
So, yeah, Ian called it. It was in that central core. Kittens take out Solo. And now, Kittens, with 5 minutes 36 seconds to go, are in the lead, 499 points to 473 of Omsk. So, there you go, 500 point mark crested, speaking too quickly. So, there's a big lead of 24 points over Omsk. That might be game. We've got one raid left up. F7's also seen Bradley, so we'll have to check that in a second as well, just in case if someone's trying to get that. Who's up here? Omsk, there you go. 15 points potentially in the bag. But have they got?
Oh, I think he's solo, isn't he? Okay, so they're off doing something else. He's solo, taking it very, very smart as far as point acquisition. I watched them. What?
I was going to say, are all 3 crates still on fire? Just so we know how to judge their points, because they're 21 points behind. If there's 15 to get from here, that really closes the gap while they can do other stuff. If he's already got a crate and he's only got 2 left to collect. Yep, so he's only got 1 crate left, but it looks, if that, might have all 3 actually. Yep, so there you go. So they've got all the crates there. So yeah, still 18, 19 points behind. I don't know. What were you going to say, Kailey?
No, they're off doing something else. So depending on what they're doing right now will dictate a lot. The last 10 minutes I've kind of been watching, and they haven't been gaining a lot of PvP points. But, oh, here we find them. They're on the outside of this raid. Right now, I mean, they need to go back to doing what they're doing. They need to kill people, right? TC is great, but if they kill people, that is for sure how they're going to go past Kitten.
Yep, and we've got FT here, Chorizo, Omsk, Noyoke, Toppings base. So 5 of our remaining 8 teams are here. Which, in terms of what you say about PvP points for Omsk, perfect. If Omsk can be the ones that dominate it, obviously you have to earn your win. But if Omsk can be the ones that dominate PvP and even take the TC, but really, if you can dominate the PvP here, you can close that gap. 3 minutes 37 seconds to go though. Bugor is out in his hula skirt with a hoodie on. It feels like it's last roll of the dice. Does get a kill. But again, it's 17-point gap. Life changer goes down. It's a 15-point gap. It's getting close. I'd be incredibly impressed. There you go. Bugle goes down to Ash. I'd be incredibly impressed if Omsk can pull this one back. They had a good lead, but obviously, again, just, Kittens are a really strong team. It's nice to see such a 2-horse race at the end of things and not just somebody running away with it. But I do think there was a missed opportunity with the scouting for somebody to go and put the hurt on Kittens. I really think you could have hit their base while they were out being so aggressive for the raiding.
I like what Omski's doing is they're thinking. Like all the time they're thinking. Like him going getting those Bradley crits and just ways they can actually get the points on the board. I mean, right now look at those numbers come up. We're only what?
Oh wow,
How many?
yeah, that's 7
6
points behind. They're only
kills?
7, yeah.
Right? Like
they've just got that's something's just come through. How have they got points then? So, maybe they got a hackable crate or something. I don't know. Maybe
no, I think it's
kills,
multiple kills. It's kills. Yeah.
Because that was a surge of kills. Omsk right on Kitten's tail now, and yeah, Kittens. Oh, Kittens are here too, so there you go. It's turning into Topping versus everybody. As Kittens are rolling up. So, we've got 2 minutes to go. We're 5 points in it between first and second, really. Topping's base might survive, who knows. But
I don't think they're going to go for TC. This is just going to be, everybody's out there PvP. They know they need the PvP number.
Well, this has just become a bloodbath. This is like Vietnam Simulator. Just everybody's dead. There's rockets everywhere. I'm not sure what's going on between what's terrain and what's bodies. It's all a bit too much. Like Toxical on a 5-kill streak there for Timo Zabit. Doors going back on. Like I say, love it when doors get added. It's a Rustoria door. Bonus points to you. As Wawa jumps down from up top. Omsk looking to find more kills. I mean, again, that's the thing as well, Kaylee. There's so many dead bodies lurking around. How are you going to know what to kill and what's not? Like, who to kill and who not? Omsk does get the double kill there, to be fair. They're 5 points behind still, though. Kittens are in the mix and are cleaning up on people. There are C4 going down the doors as well. We're into 1 minute 15 territory. 1 point in it. Oh, 1 point in it.
There's 3 points now. It's crazy how fast this is moving.
This is wild. I mean, it feels like if anyone's going to save the day for Omsk, it's going to be Bugor, but actually, yeah, they've got quite a bit of the Advent calendar doors been blown. So, as we enter our last minute here, we're about to enter the last 50 seconds. A lot of the work has been done. Maybe someone can find TC. I mean, if Timo Zabit does, it's going to piss everyone off. Just be like, 3rd place is secured. 3rd place. But yeah, we are very quickly running out of time. Everyone's running around here. Beautiful kill there as he ran at the base. Jayco.
And that gap is widening point by point. It's huge now with 20 seconds.
9 points, yeah. Unless someone goes into madness. I think that's done and dusted. Yeah, 10-point gap now, 10 seconds. And M2 rocks up as well. Looks like Kittens have sealed the deal. If CC's in there, I'm going to cry. Oh. And there we have it. So, our winners for today, Team Kittens. It's a big effort from them. Well done. 525 points, winning by just 4. They did narrow that gap down again at the end, Omsk did. But yeah, Nikita, 101 kills. I thought Kay was going to do well on the kill score because of the early PvPing, but no, Kay ended up on 39. Nikita ran through that one to a huge 101. Skypad second on 59. 58 for moving forward. 55 for... I'm not going to try and pronounce that. 39 for Kay, and then 33 for the builder. Because, again, Russian names are difficult. I'm English. We're stupid. But they were a big team, though, again, as we saw in terms of the list of who was where. Nikita, Deathwing, K, Mango, Raccoon, and I think it was Dwayne as well was the sixth in their team. So picking lots of different names. But yeah, 345 kills though, 101 of them being for Nikita. Basically a third of your team goes through that guy's shooting. That's pretty damn good.
I mean, Nikita looks amazing in the stat board here, doubling most of his team, right? But also when you look at overall in this team, total kills 345 to 162 deaths. That's outstanding. They are literally hardly giving away points here out when they are fighting. Another thing to notice is there's no hackable crates. I don't think they had any time in the hard point. None. Like this was all
Hmm.
literally most of their points was this raiding, end phase.
Yeah, I'd love to actually see them take out the animals killed thing on here because I think it's irrelevant. And it's something I will raise with our director. Get rid of the animals killed and add in underneath the total deaths and stuff the KDA because that's an over 2 point. It's over 2 for 1
Mhm.
KDA there for the first place team, which is wild. Speaking of then moving on to team 2, Omsk, or as Kay likes to call them, Omsky. Pops, 82 points. Umski. Wawa, 73. Bugle, 71. Tied with Bullet. Nice. Fax on 40. And default user Hammer, the builder, 11. Again, 348 kills. It's a lot. They were very heavily involved in the PvP. More deaths, though. 3 raids, 2 defenses. They really got stuck in today. A valiant second place. Like, really unlucky to not win that. And I think more importantly, obviously, a much more of a consistency between their team rather than such reliance on Nikita's magic. Not saying they were that reliant on him because obviously, if they're all shooting the same people, Nikita's just getting the kills. That's that. But yeah, just a very consistent score between their big 4 shooters there.
Yeah, overall the team pretty balanced, like you said. Uh, it, they were busy right up until the end, if that makes sense. In my mind, they were busy the whole time they played this, and at the end, you kind of see where they kind of slowed down, and it cost them so dearly having that slowdown. So yeah, that's how it goes today,
Yeah, but again, fair play though for stealing that TC off off
right?
Gibbons. That was such a baller move. So that deserved the win for that. Really, the ambition to do that. Timo Zabit, third place again, had a very good event. Broke the 400 point mark just in time at the end. Vladislav 75, Mogger 50, Toxical 42, Joker 30, Muted 26, and then the last place there, Star on 23. I'm surprised Joker got so few kills, really, but it's a good team there. Vladislav really obviously popped off today. Was very much leading the front line. And again, 3 raids, 2 defenses. Actually, a negative KDA by just 4 kills, so that's like what 0.996 or something stupid. So
Right.
decent. And again, they were just very heavily involved in action, and it paid off. The important thing isn't so much the KDA; it's getting the raids completed, getting the kills on the board. If you die in the process, it sucks, but they were fighting a lot of different teams. It wasn't like they were picking on just easy ones either. They were fighting some of the big boys.
Well, this
Should
team is funny. I'm gonna call these guys the ninjas, right? Because
they?
I didn't really see them take a raid. Like they weren't like, "Oh, we're gonna go and set up and we're gonna raid these guys." More so I seen a lot of raids happen and they would just come in the back door and they take it. And I'm like, "Where did they come from? Where were you at?" So
Yeah,
these guys, they're like little ninjas running all over the place.
they laid a couple of siege bases down. Like so, they tried that approach, but yeah, it seemed like more effective when they did come in and let someone else start the fight off, and they went, "Okay, our turn." But again, that's the whole point of the game. The joy of it. You've got to be a
Mhm.
good shooter, but you've also got to have the brains to make strategy up and make the good calls. Omsk made the good call to counter Kittens. It paid off. They got a TC. Timo Zabit made the call to not just start the raid on everyone they wanted to. Let other people get stuck in and get in there. It worked. Fourth place then, Team 4, Naoke. Firenze on 60, Holo Jambo on 57, Keplin 53, Russian name 51, Peter Bergiak 40, and Akogadan Delali on 39. Again, consistent scores, positive KDA 300 to 212, only 1 raid and 1 defense though. I think, I think that was what let them down, just not quite enough success in the raiding. And they did struggle
Yeah.
at toppings base.
Yeah, and they never really got to have a raid. They always had company, right? Wherever we seen them, they had a lot of company around them. So, it's the way base invaders go.
Yep, for sure. Chorizo then in 5th place. 58, 44, 35, 35, 33, 29. It was a good performance. No raids, though, no defenses. Positive KDA, but just nothing ever went their way. And we see that the gap, they were just under 50 points behind now. Okay. A TC, that gap's much closer. One raid defense, they're in the lead of them. Two raids, suddenly they're in third place basically. So this is what the sort of look of the events is. They got the good kills, they got positive score kill wise, but just getting that little bit of sacrifice over the edge. Teemo Zabit, negative KDA, but they got raids for it. So sometimes the commitment has to be a bit harder, or a reprioritization of targets. If you're not succeeding on someone, let's change it up. Let's go for somewhere else. Let's have a look for who to fight.
Yeah, and Chorizo came out of that attack phase, and they were in the number 1 spot, right? They had held that hard point. If I was a betting person and could get a stat breakdown, half of these kills that they got were in that attack phase. They kind of just everything else after that kind of just petered out, and it just goes to show that, like, don't let the mental destroy you of the point system coming out of that attack phase, because unless you can go start to finish, it doesn't have that much of effect.
Yeah, so 2 points made there is Teresa actually just lost out on the attack phase. They finished second to Omsk, who snuck it right at the end. But also, it does say their hard point control time 0. That is a bug. Chorizo had the most hard point control time by far, and it probably was like 28 minutes of the 30. So again, another thing we'll have fixed for the next time, hopefully. But yeah, it doesn't show the full picture. They say they were so heavy, so dominant in the attack phase, so proactive. Which again, fair play to them. That's the right way to do it. Be proactive and stuff. But it felt like that was their strength, was fighting and objective based rather than raid based. And I'm just hoping that because I don't recognize the names, and it might be they've changed names and stuff. They've been in before, but I'm hoping they're a new team, and that was a bit of a blooding in for them. Because 5th, 308 points is a good session. Even if you've been here for 10 events, or if this is your first time, it's a good finish. So hopefully they can learn from today and learn how the raiding approach needs to change, because with a bit more raiding, experience, a bit more of a broad approach to the different strategies to take, a couple of TCs, they fly up the leaderboard. And I think that'll be a huge thing for their confidence, and also a huge thing for upsetting some of the regulars we see. We don't want to see Deathwing and Kittens win every week, and they don't win every week, but let's give them something to think about. Yep. So we're going to wrap this up, though. Obviously, topping FL and FT rounded out our top 8. So congrats to them for surviving. But I think that's going to be us done for here. So everyone watching, thank you very much for your support as always. I'm Kaz. That has been Kaylee with me. And Ian behind the scenes producing, and our observer. We'll be back in about an hour and 15's time or so, ready for the NA event. I'll be back, but I'll be producer and observer for that one. And on the desk will be Ian, but joined by Bigfoot to be the lead. So we'll see you in about an hour and 15, ready for the NA 6v6 event. But thank you very much for watching.